So, hello everybody. We have been leaving Earth for quite a while now, so I thought it would now be a natural progression to go away from leaving Earth for a while and look at another game that deals with space exploration. It's a brand new one. It's called SpaceCorp 2025 to 2300 AD by John Butterfield and released by GMT Games in 2018. I think it came out just before Christmas. And I got it from the US. And it is a book, it is a game that comes with solo rules, and it actually says on the front page, if this set of rules this is the first piece of information in the rules. This set of rules is used only when playing the game solo. If you have 2 or more players, put this booklet back in the box. You won't be using it. Instead, use the multiplayer rulebook. Now, I have plenty of GMT games, and usually their rules are only so-so, especially for SGBOH. The rules are abysmal. And then, of course, they've got the coin series where they invented the bots so that you can play solo. I looked at one of the coin games. It was Fire in the Lake. I had partly punched it, was playing my first turn, and I was like, I'm not playing this. And I packed it up and sold it straight away because although I know that lots of people really love the bots, I think that while they make it possible for people to play coin series games solo, they are just a crutch, and a terrible one at that. I just don't like this whole flowchart thing, and I write and create flowcharts and process maps for a living, so that's saying something. This game now comes with a completely fully fledged solo rule, not even set, but solo rule mechanism. So first of all, what's the game about? The game is about space exploration, and it's played over 3 eras, if you like, and they say it's about 300 years of mankind's exploration of space. We're in the first era called Mariners, and we start in our own solar system. Here is the sun. And here we have Earth, and we can go as far as Mars. Next up is the Planeteers, for which you get a different board, and then the Starfarers, which take you to other solar systems. The game is played using cards, and the cards are different for each era. So you can tell and this is something that I really like about this game, in addition to the really well-written rules, that they have decided to go with easy-to-follow instructions based on components that belong to each era and are only used in one era and then discarded, and then you use different ones for the next era. So now we're in the Planeteers era, and you can tell that you're in the Planeteers era because everything that has to do with this era has the little moon symbol. We have a player board here, which also has the moon symbol. You can also decide to only play one era, and you don't have to start with the first one. Then you just take a different player board which only has the Planeteers or the Starfarers symbol. You have chits, which I punched out, and I basically put them into this really nice GMT box. You really just need 1. And they are also coded. So we have the discovery tokens. And again, you see the moon symbol here, so it's the Mariners era. So really well done. So we've got Discovery E1 and Discovery E2. And this is going to be a blind playthrough because I have not played this before. We are going to play with the blue player. So I've set this up. So these are our 2 teams we start with. Here we've got different things we can build. We have Biolab, Exploiter, Shield Factory, Science, Attraction, Refinery, Spaceport, Industrial Research and Biolab. And here we've got different contracts we can fulfill. So how do we play? First, the whole game is card driven, and you've got 3 different eras, as I've said, so I actually use 3 different types of sleeving. And the colors are chosen arbitrarily, there is nothing behind them. So for the marinas, I have taken the purple background. The next in line of the eras is the Planeteers, and they have a black sleeved back, and then the Starfarers have they're completely clean sleeved. Now each of these decks comes with 12 starter cards, and in the beginning you get to take one of them, and that's the Chemical Drive. You take all of the other cards and you put the starter cards, they tell you exactly in the rules how to set up your deck. So this is your deck, and you put out 4 cards into the offering, and the starter cards actually have this neat little term start on them so that you can find them easily. This is you. Next up is your competition, or the AI, or the person you're playing against, and they get the deck that comes out for the next level or the next era, which is the Planeteers. So they get this deck to play. And if I play the Planeteers version, then they would get the Starfarers. I don't know what happens when I play Starfarers. We'll have to see. So basically, you get all of this. And for the first game, this is all you need. All the rest goes back. The competition will be playing with green chits. And I've put them in here, and for those of you who are wondering what this is what a Christmas pudding in Ireland comes in. So very, very useful, because you want an opaque container, and it's also cat proof. And it smells a little bit of cinnamon still. Then you've got these neat sheets. This one is the quick reference sheet, of which you have several in the box. And then you have the one sheet, which is the solo sheet. And this is the solo player aid, where you can see what the competition does. So first we are instructed to take the card Chemical Drive from the starter deck of the Marinas deck, and we take it into our hand. We have put together the card deck of the competition, and now we're going to do a blind playthrough. So we've put together the competition deck, and everything is actually laid out really nicely for you in the rules and explains to you exactly what you need to do. And the last, second to last paragraph reads, "What about everything else? Keep the rest of the cards, boards and markers in the box for now. Most of them will enter play in later eras. All systems go for launch. The competition begins the game by taking the first turn. All competition teams are identical and interchangeable regardless of color. Whenever you are instructed to remove a competition team from anywhere, place it back in the competition box." The competition box is down here, but I've actually decided to use this nice container as well, because it doesn't really matter. You can just take any of the blocks. Whenever you are instructed to place a competition team anywhere, take it from the competition box. If there are no teams remaining in the competition box, no team is placed. Site ID numbers, competition turns. Play alternates between you and the competition, taking individual turns. The competition takes the first turn for each era. The competition's turn consists of the following steps and are performed in the order shown. Reveal the top card of the competition deck. So we're going to take this card, the top card of the competition deck, which in this case is black, and we turn it over, and we just look at this information down here. And again, the way they have built this game is really, really, really incredible. This card tells you, because it's got the planet, the little Saturn here, that it's from the Planeteers era. And it tells you that it gets played for the solo player on the Marinas era, because you have the little moon. And down here it tells you what the competition is going to do. So this is what they're going to be doing. And it says offers 2 and 3. So we are now going to take a look at the competition actions information sheet, and it tells you discard offer cards from all offer boxes matching the numbers in the action. Okay. So first of all, I forgot to put out. So I play with blue. And he plays with, well, we can take purple, it doesn't really matter. So, so now what we're going to do is we're going to check. It says offers 2 and 3, so that's these 2 cards. They get removed. So we're going to take cards 2 and 3. During the competition turn, reveal the top card of the competition deck and conduct an action based on the text. So we have side actions. If it said, for example, Europa, then this would be a side. Discovery and contract action, 1 discovery and contract number 6. Or offers action, which is what we're facing now. An offers action lists 2 elements, an indication of which error cards are to be discarded from the offer box. In this case, it's moon. Colored icons for action types that trigger competition profit if that action or edge card is one of the discarded cards. That doesn't happen in this case because we don't have it. In an offers action, discard 1 or more cards from the offer boxes as specified in the offers action. The competition gains profit for discarded cards with an action edge matching any action edge icons in the offers action. At the moment, we don't have any, so that's good. So these just go away, which is not so good because when our deck runs out, basically the game's over, and also I might have wanted to buy these. Replenish emptied offer boxes 1 at a time, implementing edge card effects for the competition as they are revealed. Is there an upgrade card? Yes, so they get 10. 1, sorry. Okay, so when you just have the little moon symbol, it tells you to check what it says down here. And it says when you start working on offers actions and you discard 1 card that is a upgrade, and it's a move upgrade, it gets +1 money. So that's what happened in this case. Now we're going to start to replenish. Offer 2 gets replenished. And we're looking for edge now. There are no edge cards, which is good. So that's the competition done. So it does not fulfill any contracts yet. So this card gets discarded and now it's our turn. Each of your turns consists of the following steps and they are performed in the order shown. Conduct an action, then claim contract awards, then perform a free team transport, then discard played cards, and replenish offers. Then draw a card if 4 or fewer in hand. At the moment, we only have one card. This card is a card which is a movement card. So we could say, okay, we're going to use this to move. It gives us move 1. We also have movement ability here on our board already pre-installed. So we could get a move 2 maximum if we were to play this card. So let's see. First, we need to decide which action we wish to conduct for our turn. Our action choices include research, move, explore, build, produce, genetics, upgrade, or special. These basic actions are described in detail in the Your Action section that begins on page 8. We could do research or move. These are the only possibilities we have. We can only do a research action if we have 7 or fewer cards in hand, which is correct. So we could in theory do this. Research allows you to draw cards from the draw deck and or from the 4 offer boxes. The number of cards that can be drawn equals the action's total research value. Cards may be drawn 1 at a time. Do not replenish the offers between draws. Okay, so we can't move because it says this action allows you to move one of your teams from its current site to another site. But you have to have a base. A move must always begin or end at a site with your base. We only have a base on Earth at the moment, so that's going to be difficult then to move anywhere else. And in order to build a base, we need the build possibility, build ability, which we don't have. But what we could do is we could perform a research action because we have fewer than 7 cards, or 7 cards or fewer, and it allows us to draw up to 2 cards in this case. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to declare research and we're going to draw 2 cards. Now, which cards would be beneficial? From what I have read, I think most important is that we start building. There are 2 cards which allow building. The cargo pod and, well, we've got the cargo pod twice. So we're going to draw 1 cargo pod and we're going to draw another cargo pod. That's our research done. We now can replenish. We're not allowed to replenish between the 2 card draws or the card draws that we do during research. So we only can do 1 action. We could now do a free team transport. And that's essentially all we can do. But now we can draw a card if we have 4 or less in our hand. And we only have 3, so we are going to draw a card. And we draw another cargo pod. So now this is our turn over. And now it is the competition again. So let's see if we can remember this. We draw a card. And it says Luna. So this is a site. So this is a site action. Let's see what site action does, how this works. Conduct a site action if the competition card lists a site on the current errors board, unless you or the competition already have a base there. If so, discard the card and draw another. Site situation. If the listed site has no base, locate the site situation on the following table. So it is Luna, which is here. Now Luna does not have anything yet. If the listed site has no base, locate the site situation on the following table. Situation, competition team not present. Lagrange, is it a Lagrange site? It is, I suppose. Well, no, probably not, because it doesn't say Lagrange point. It just says Luna. No. Or yes. Well, it doesn't. I mean, Earth doesn't seem to be a Lagrange site. Luna doesn't seem to be one either. We place a competition team. Because the situation is, it's a site with an empty explore box, and the explore box is definitely empty. And the answer is place a competition team. If none are available, instead draw and place a discovery tile. Well, we do have them. Okay, so okay, so that's it. We now have a competition sitting there, but they're not building because they're just basically there. So they can travel to places where they don't have bases. So now it's our turn. We have a build 3. We have 3 build. Or we could move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or we could do research. Let's see. I have a feeling that building is important. Okay. Okay, now this is strange because it says here you can only build if you have a team at the site, but earlier it said you can only move. Oh, sorry, sorry. I made a mistake. Site is not the same as base. So these are all sites that you can use, that you can travel to. So, okay. We could have moved one team for free, couldn't we? At the end of the last... I think that is something that we can do. Perform a free team transport, but I think, let's see how this works. Team transports... Oh, it must, that's from base to base, but normally you can move from base to somewhere else. It must begin or end at a site with your base, so it has to be at least one site at either end. You can't use at one of the ends. You can't use competition. Okay. Note that you begin with a generic base on Earth. Other sites gain bases as you build them. Region borders. So now this is a little bit like leaving Earth, because now we have to calculate how expensive it is to go somewhere. Because obviously we have to get to a place. And for this we have to lift off, move, and then land. So we have one for liftoff. And if we go to Luna, we lift off for one, we land for one, but Earth has gravity too, so it basically takes us 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We could easily do this. But I'm wondering if I should. Or if I should maybe do another research action to get more cards. I'm actually going to call a research action. I'm going to get one more build and one more move. Going to replenish. And like I said, I've never played this game before. This could be totally ridiculous what I'm doing. So that's the end of my turn. Now it's the competition. Competition draws a card. 1 discovery and contract 6. Okay, so now I think this is the only competition action we haven't seen yet. So in the first 3 turns, on the first 3 turns, we've seen all of them. That's really good. So discovery and contract. The discovery and contract action consists of 2 distinct steps, conducted in order. If either or both can be carried out, proceed with the action. However, if neither can be carried out, discard the card. The discovery step. This step is conducted if there is at least 1 empty explore box on the board at a site occupied by a competition team. That is correct. We have them on Luna. And I think I will have to switch on the lights because it is getting a little bit dark. So the blue skies that we had all day are leaving us. Okay, so yes, this is the case. So in this case, what we're going to do is we are going to it says 1 discovery, okay? So it's got exploration 1, so we're going to draw the top tile, and they get its exotic elements, and they get 1 for this. Place the competition team on the tile to indicate that the competition has a claim on it, then award the competition any profits on the tile. Okay, the contract step. This step is conducted if a contract identified in the action has not been fulfilled for the current era. For the contract listed, in this case it's number 6, 3 cards in 3 infra slots. If there is no competition team on the contract, place a competition team there. If there already is a competition team on the contract, remove it, then mark the contract as being fulfilled. Okay, so not yet. Now this card is discarded, and now it's our turn. And we're going to start moving. And I think I would like to go to Lagrange point 2. So we have to lift off, which is 1, overcome Earth's gravity, 2, which is a total of 3, plus 1 is 4, plus, so we would need 5 move. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try this out. We're going to go to solar Lagrange point 2. So we're going to have 1 for liftoff, which we're going to use our infra slot for, 1. Then we need 2 to leave Earth's gravity. 1, 2. Then we have to cross, which is another 1. 3, and then we have to land is 4. So now we're here. And that's all we can do. I'm going to discard this, and we get to draw 1 card. I think I may actually have missed drawing a card earlier. That's fine though. So, and now we're beyond the offers of the starter cards. Now these are other cards. Okay. Now it's the competition. They draw a card. Lunar LP5. That's Lunar Lagrange point 5, which would be this one. And we know that what we have to do is we have to check, is there somebody at the site? Let's see. Competition team not present. Lagrange point, place a competition. Oh, sorry, that's not the, that's actually building up this. So we're just going to put a competition here, and that's that. Now it's our turn. We have 3 build, which we could try out. So the question is, how do you build? Let's check this. A build action allows you to place a base at any one site that meets the following requirements. You have a team at the site. The site does not already have a base. No, and if the site has 1 or more exploration boxes, all are occupied by discovery tiles. That's not the case. Each site has a build cost listed as B. Okay, this is B2, so we would need to spend 2 to build here. And we're going to spend these 2 cards, and we're going to build a site. The question is, oh, we're going to build a space port. Why? First of all, it has to be a Lagrange point, and it is. And when you do it like this, what it says here is if you have a spaceport and a team starts there. Its movement it gains a movement of 2. And it also allows team transport to or from this site. So now that's that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to perform a free team transport. And free team transport works as follows. The team must begin at a site with one of your bases. Check. The team may travel any distance but must end at a site containing one of your bases, and at least one of those 2 bases at the beginning or the end must be a spaceport. Indeed. So we're just going to put this one in here as well. These ones go away because we paid for our build action, and now we're going to draw one more card. And we get an Explore 1, and we may upgrade this as Infra, so we can actually put it down here. So now it's the competition's turn, and the competition, Solar LP5, we just had this one, so now we can see what happens if there is something there already. Competition team present, remove the team, and it's a Lagrange site, remove the team and place a competition base. Team goes away, and now we're going to see what they are building, and this is something where I'm going to look away, and I'm not going to look into the viewfinder. Just going to draw one, and we drew an industrial. Put it there. The question is, what does that actually do? Industrial. Nothing yet. Randomly draw a competition base and place it at the site. If the base meets all build requirements for the current era, apply the competition base match event. See reverse. So, it is industrial. It can be built. Match requirement, the discovery tile has water or a P. It doesn't. Place a competition team at an unoccupied site in the same region or a nearby region in staff areas. If not possible, the competition gains. Okay, so I don't think we can do this because there is no discovery tile. So they just gain profit. Okay. Okay, now it's our turn. We're going to do a research action. And we're going to take 2 move actions. Going to replenish. And we're going to draw 1 card. And we are going to do a... Okay, this may sound random, but I know what I'm doing. Okay. That's the end. And now what we're going to do is we're going to draw the competition card. Solar LP2 or North Mars. Solar LP2 is mine. But it could do Mars, North Mars. Okay. We're going to play this, move 4, and we're going to go here. So 1 to lift off, +2 for Earth's gravity, 3. We're in the same region, so we just go there, 4. Move 1 and 4. And that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to draw a card. Competition acts. Offers 1, 3, and 4. And now, for the first time, we see this little symbol behind it. And when this happens, for each card that contains this as well, and we've got 2 cards, they gain money. Let me see, I think... Yeah. We're going to build, and we're going to build a in theory, I think we could play we could build a research facility, because it says that there is no requirements for building it. It is available in our era. And when built, we can take 1 card from the offers. Why not, actually? We're going to build a research facility. Building cost 1. And then we could take 1 from the offer. And I think I'm going to take the solid nuclear drive. Then we're going to replenish the offer. And then I'm going to draw another card. Oh, sorry, you can only draw if you've got 4 or less. So we can't draw any cards because we've got 5. Okay, so now it's the competition's turn. 1 discovery and contract 6. Okay, so 1 discovery. So first of all, contract 6, he gets this. It's finished. He gets 2. 1 discovery. Okay, so that's it, because he's not anywhere where he could draw a tile. So that's all he can do. Okay. I'm going to use my infra slot and this card, and I'm going to move to lunar Lagrange point 4. And then I'm going to draw one more. No, I'm not. I have 4 cards. I can't draw anything. So now it's him. Solar LP1. And he's going to put himself there. Okay. Now it's my turn. And I'm going to invoke a research action, and I'm going to take the heavy lifter. And I'm going to take hack. Competition's turn. Deimos. That's up here. So, competition team not present. Place a competition team. Placed. And now it's us, and we are going to invoke a research action. And that's it. Competition's turn. Lunar LP4. They can go there. Okay, now it's my turn, and I'm going to build on this site, and I'm going to build a research base, which means I get to draw a card. The competition, North Mars. There we are already. So now he gets to competition team present, draw and place a discovery tile, awarding any, that's an E2. And he gets 2. And he's running away. We have made no profit so far. Okay, so now it is us. And we are going to move to 1, 2, 3. We're going to play we're going to play 1. Let's just take, no, actually we're not going to play this one, we're going to play these, we're going to play this card, move 2 plus 1, so 1 for liftoff, 1 for move, and 1 for touchdown. And we're going to move this one for free here. Next up is our competition, Lunar LP5. Lunar LP5 is here. Okay, so competition team not present. Place a competition team. If you or the competition already have a base at the sites listed in the action, discard the card. Yeah, we do have one, so it's of no interest to them. Let's try another one. Offers 1 and 4. Offer 1 and offer 4. And they get +1. We're quickly running out of money. So, it's now our turn. We're going to build. And we're going to build a research facility, which allows us to take 1. And now we also have a contract fulfilled. Because it says here, if you have 4 Lagrange bases, if you have met the prerequisites for one of the 7 contracts associated with the current era and that contract has not yet been fulfilled, you may claim it. You gain profit equal to that listed for the contract, then slide the associated contract fulfilled marker to the right. And this contract reads 4 Lagrange bases. We own Lagrange point 2, solar Lagrange point 2, lunar Lagrange point 5, lunar Lagrange point 4, and solar Lagrange point 4. So we get this contract, and we get 3F for this. Here we are. We're still small fry. Okay. And we're going to move this one here. And that's the end of our turn. Deimos or Phobos. He is on Deimos, so now he gets an E1, for which doesn't get anything. We're now going to start moving. Lift off 1, 3, 4. So we need move 3. +1, lift off 1, 3, touchdown on Phobos 4. And since they didn't do anything, they're going to move here. The competition acts. 1 discovery in contract 5. So we're going to place this on contract 5. And 1 discovery. This one can't be fulfilled because he's not sitting on anything where we could be doing any exploration. Now let's see, if we want to explore, the explore cost here is, well, we don't know actually. E2. So we can actually explore this because we only need an explore 1. So we're going to play this card and we're going to draw a tile. Do we get to reveal it too? We can reveal it. Abundant ores, base -2. Okay, so it means that base -2, if we want to build a base on Phobos, it now costs 3 instead of 5, which is good. Okay. That's us done. Next up is the competition. South Mars. Now it's us. We are going to pay 4 to build, and we're going to build a industrial. Let's see. If we want to, ja. Now this is Deimos. Meet Deimos. Komm her. Nein, wir setzen uns nicht auf das Spielfeld. Ja. Nein, nein, nein. We are going to build a refinery. And in order to do the refinery build step, what we require is 9. Sorry, I need to take my cat out of the room, because otherwise I think we may end up with not a flight to space, but a flight to a fit of rage when he can't play with the components. So, na komm. Jo. Because all the while he was snoring away happily, but then he woke up. Okay, so what it says here is, in order to build a refinery, you need to be in the mariners era, which we are. You need to have a discovery tile that has a P number. It does. The P number is 0, but still it has a number. The tile's P number gains +1. Okay, so this works. That's the end of our turn. We now draw a card because we only have 2 cards left. And now it's the competition's turn. Offers 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3. Okay. He doesn't have these, so these simply go away. But this one has an edge. Now what happens if one of the cards has an edge? Oh no, it's not revealed, only when it is revealed. Okay, not revealed, no edge, no edge, no edge. Okay. Okay, now it's us again. How does produce work? This action allows you to collect profit from eligible discovery tiles. A tile is eligible if it has a production value of P and you have any type of base there. The action's total produce value must equal or exceed the number of eligible tiles from which you will collect. If you play produce cards with a combined value of 2, you can collect profit from up to 2 different production tiles. Okay, so we're going to invoke a research action. And we are going to, this one goes away, take the produce card and also a build card. We refresh them. And the competition will take offers 3 and 4 and will gain 2. Okay, so now it's us and we're going to do a produce action. We get P, but we have a P plus 1. Because we've got a refinery, so P0 would give us nothing, but since there's a refinery, we get 1 profit. And now we have the first produce action, so we get 2 more, so we have fulfilled a contract. And that's all we can do. We also don't get to draw any more cards. It's now the competition. 1 discovery in contract 5. He claims contract 5. And he can't do any... Oh, he can, because he's here. So we're going to draw a E2 for South Mars. And it's water, he gains +1. Okay. Now it's us. And I've been told that it is very, very important to get this thing. This doesn't come with the game. In order to get there, we have to move from Phobos, lift off 1, +2, +3. 1, 3, 4. So we have move 1, move 3, move 4. And we claim this. And we get to draw 1 card because we only have 2. Sorry, we should have replenished the offer. Did he have an edge card? Yes, he did. Okay, we have to redo this because I forgot to replenish this. So this one goes back here. Sorry, apologies. We draw an edge card, and when we draw an edge card, what happens is title poach. Play at the end of the competition offers action. Draw the top 2 non-edge cards of your discard pile. No, if played by him, choose 1. Choose and discard half the cards in your hand, rounding down. Okay, so rounding down. Yeah, that would be these 2 cards. Okay. Okay, now it's our turn, and we will do this. We will move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we play these 2 cards, and we draw 1 card. Now it's the competition's turn. Solar LP2 or North Mars. He's in both, so he can't do anything. We have to draw another card. Sisyphus or Halley's Comet. So we're going to put 1 here. We're going to invoke a research action. And then we're going to use a free team movement from this spaceport, gives us +2 movement. Or are we? And we're going to move here. Doesn't matter. That's fine. Okay, our competition. Phobos or Deimos. He's in both, so we get rid of this one. North Mars, South Mars, he's in both. Offers 2 and 4. 2 and 4. Gets 2, and then we draw. No edge. Edge. Sabotage. Sabotage does what? Choose one of your teams at a site without a base, if any. Relocated to a site with one of your bases. Choose one of your teams at a site without a base. We don't have anything. Yeah, okay, so that fortunately doesn't do anything because we don't have this situation. We're going to play this card. Place a discovery tile on an empty site. Gain any immediate awards. We're going to place it here. We get a 1TF, 1F, 1T, whatever it's called. And we draw 1 card. It's now the competition. 1 discovery in contract 1. I own contract 1, so nothing's going to happen there, but he gets 1 discovery here. Let's see. We are going to move. One, 2, 3. We need 3 moves, so we're going to play this card to move here. We draw this card. Competition offers 1, 3, and 4. 1, 3, and 4. So he gains 1. And I believe the game is now over because we can't replenish the offering. The end of an era is triggered when 6 or more contracts have been fulfilled. That's not over. That's not the case. Or either draw pile has been emptied. If this occurs, you take 1 more turn without an intervening competition turn, then end the era. Okay, so I now get to take 1 more turn. And I have build three, which I can't use, but I have 2 produce cards. So I'm going to play 1 to gain at least 1 for... I could have done that on the last turn to gain more money, but I overlooked this. Okay. So that's the end of the game. Now, we got the asteroid belt. We got the first beyond. And what happens when you get the first beyond? So that is actually the end. We have got, they have 20 and we have 8. Well, I could have, in theory, if I played my cards right, haha, I could have actually gained one more if I played this on the previous turn because I knew I wasn't going to be able to build anything. This is an interesting game. It's I really like it, and I will now close this video and I will play again straight away because I really, really want to play this game again. I have to say that, first of all, the game itself, the rules are very, very well laid out. I didn't even read through the rule book before I started playing because I wanted to really do a blind playthrough, you know, to say, okay, so they tell you to start playing straight away, and yeah, let's start playing straight away, and it actually does work. The way the AI is implemented is nothing if not genius. It really is. By producing the cards in such a way that they double as the AI instead of having bots where you have to read and go through, why doesn't this open? And go through loads and loads of possible flow charts of what could possibly happen. It is just very elegantly implemented. And the theme itself is, of course, one that I enjoy. It's a Euro more than an Ameritrash or a war game. And I don't like the word Ameritrash because I think it actually is a very derogatory term. And describes games which I usually like as well. And it is, from a component perspective, really nice. I mean, the components are sturdy. I'm going to show you a player board. These are really sturdy. Unlike the ones that I showed you for Terraforming Mars, you can see that this is actual cardboard. It's not very bendy, it's very resilient. You have nice wooden components. The cards, like I explained to you earlier, are really good quality. You don't need to sleeve them, but even sleeving them helps because when you sleeve them, and if you use different color sleeves, you will be able to tell them apart a lot more easily, and that helps setting up the game. So that's really just for ease of use. You don't have to do it, but if you want to do it, then try to choose 3 different types of sleeves, of sleeve colors, because that will make it easier for you to set up the game. The components themselves, all of the cards are numbered, which is really nice. So basically when you get the cards out first, you can just count through them and see, do you have all of the cards there, which you should have. And if not, then you can just ring product support, and I'm pretty sure they will replace any missing cards, and they will be able to know which ones are missing, simply because you will be able to tell them which numbers are missing. That's what I did. Well, I didn't have any missing cards, but I actually checked every single card number. 1, 2, you see I'm setting up even as I speak, and it's really quick. Here we also just have to get the 12 starting cards. And the cards themselves are nice to look at, just like, I mean, just look at this Deep Space Probe. This picture is just awesome. And I really also like the visuals of the game itself. The player mat is nice. The card stock is good, and the map itself is beautiful. It's a little less, I think, thinky as than a Leaving Earth, so it's a lot less math dependent. However, since I've never played this before, since this is my first playthrough, there are more things that I have to think about. And there are, of course, now other strategies that I have to think about. You know, for example, knowing that it's important to start, you know, going to the places where you can discover stuff, because that helps you build. So should have gone to the moon straight away, discovered something there, you know, and then hopefully getting something that has a production value, and then being able to start producing straight away. So these are some things that are really important, but these are things that you start to learn as you play. Just like with leaving Earth, you start learning what type of actions and what type of rockets, what type of missions require what type of components to put together, and that's really what makes these games interesting, to discover the strategies. It's 4, 6, 5, so there's one start card missing. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, here we are. Okay, so everyone's present. Just put these in. So I hope that you got a little bit of a flavor of the game. This is what it's like to learn how to play the game when you still are dependent on reading the rules. But the rules for the base game, for the Mariners part of the game, are really just, well, this is essentially introductions that hold for the whole game. This is the setting up, 2 pages, including a big picture. This is your turn, your actions, how they work, and that's the end. So it's on 15 pages. And then you're already at Planeteers. So it's really down to 11 pages that you have to read to be able to play this game. And that's not a lot, really, considering the complexity of the game, which I would say is not exactly low, because of the different moving parts. It's again one of the games where the how to play is easier than the why to play. And if you want to know what the difference between how to play and why to play is, I'm plugging a video that I did on this one. Go check out my channel, because I talk about the difference between how to play and why to play. So I wish you all a pleasant rest of the day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.